Okay, so today we're gonna make an amazing lentil soup. Tons of people have been asking me how to make the soup that I always make, which is lentils. To be honest, I don't have a particular recipe. I would love to have it, but I honestly vary, you know. It depends how I feel, what I want, or what I have in my fridge, and I will suggest if you have the ingredients, go for it. If it's not, do it with whatever you have. So this one in particular is a lot of veggies. So I'll have some summer squash and zucchini and celery, and I probably use half of this green pepper and onion, and also garlic. So I love garlic. I mean, if you're not a garlic lover, you can go ahead and do just few of this. I do love garlic, and I believe in the benefits they afford to our health, so I go for it. Then we have carrots. We also have some carrots here, and this one is a brand from Colorado. It's called Organic True Roots. So that's my quinoa for today, but I usually use whatever quinoa is available in the market that is organic. And then same thing with the lentils. So these lentils in particular have like three kind of it. They have the green one, the brown, and the black lentils. I usually do the regular green lentils, but this time, you know, it's actually a second time I'm making this mix, and I have exactly a cup, which is what I need for today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start cutting everything. Basically, I'm gonna tell you what, I cut everything in little pieces. I get always rid of this because I don't need this, so I get rid of that, and then I cut this in half. You can do it whatever you want to. I'm just gonna tell you how I do it. Hold on. So I decided to put some music because I think music is always inspiring. It's always good. People always, you know, feel great, connected to whatever they're listening to. I mean, right now I have this Post Malone fever, and I kind of like his style. So honestly, I just like the way he sings. And this here are my little cubes, you know, kind of whatever. If you want it smaller than this, you can do it, but it depends. And I just get all of them cut. Alright, and then I grab them and I put it all together because they're gonna go together to the same place. So I'm going to proceed to chop everything. Just give me a sec, because right now I have to go put the water into boil, so I'll be back. I actually think it's important that you come with me and get to see this, because we honestly need to get a pot like this one. I usually use a large one, but this time I'm gonna use this one because the large one is in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna use this one. This is about 32 ounces of water, which I think will do, you know, good. If it starts to get dry, I have another 16 ounces here that I would probably use half of it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we'll go back here quick, and we're gonna skip chopping because it's important that we keep doing the chopping part. And okay, I got it there. So if you like squash, you can do it. If you don't like it, you don't have to. This squash, I get it from a farm. I think they're good, so they're not perfect. They're organic, and usually when you buy organic greens, depends on where you get it. You can get like something that looks like a toy, or you can get something that it really looks like, hey, I come from the ground and I have all the nutrients you need. So usually, no perfection, but tasty, very, very tasty. So I don't know if I told you before, but I'm originally from Venezuela, and over there everything is organic no matter what. We don't have the source says to make things in another way. And I think it's the same way in Italy and in other countries. I found out when I came here to the United States that you guys do organic and non-organic. And I was like, wow, that's weird. So weird is also to know that the organic products are super expensive. Well, not anymore. Right now prices are much better. So I'm chopping the onions. For those who love onion, you can probably go for the whole medium onion, chopped completely, or you can just, go half like I did. I love onion, but my husband doesn't much, so that's why I am going to do it this way, so I try to chop a little bit in smaller, pieces. Doesn't have to be completely chopped, kind of like hot dog style onion, like that. Usually put it as a topping, top of the hot dog. So no, this one, it's fine just like that, how I did it. Alrighty, so I get everything out of my board. Now I'm gonna use half of this guy. Okay, I prefer red one because I like to have something colorful, but in this case I'm just gonna use green because it's what I have. And look, I get rid of the seeds. Whatever, if you like it, you can add it to your soup. And you may laugh, but honestly, it's an island where I'm from, named Margarita Island. And it's funny because the women up there cook, they use everything, and they also use the seed, and they say the seed brings the flavor. And I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't like it. If you like it, use it. Like I say, it's like whatever you like. So I'm chopping this. You may have another technique to chop. This is my technique, and it works for me, and I like it. I basically, did everything in juliana, whatever you want to call it, and then I kind of cut it in squares, cubes, and then I start like chopping it this way, and I bring it here, and and that way they come in a minimum thingy. So a lot of people may think, well, you should use the what is it called, the blender or the processor, food processor, and I'm telling you what, if you feel comfortable doing it that way, go ahead and do it. But to me, I am old school. This is how I learned it, and this is how I like it, and I think actually it gets a better flavor because I don't want it to be blended. I want it to be chopped, because in that way I can see it in my soup, and I don't know, I think it brings more of the flavors than when you blend it. Then I'm making soup. I mean, yeah, it's a soup, but it's a vegetable soup, so you're supposed to have the vegetable, okay? Unless you do a vegetable cream soup. If you do a cream soup, then that's another thing. Carrots. This one is a little fat, honestly. I use these little fingers because they're easier and convenient to chop, and as you notice, I cut it in half because they're chunky. But if it's thinner, you can just go for it and do this way. Alright, because this is the way I do it, and I don't want it to be too small. I want to see them in my soup. Like I say, it's a vegetable soup with lentils, or lentil vegetable soup, whatever you want to call it. I can make another day just lentil soup, and you will be able to see more lentils. And this one, we're going to see more vegetables with the lentils, which is delicious and it's good. And as you notice, it's really fast. I mean, or maybe I'm fast. So you can just go ahead and chop it down, chop it. Let's go this one, this way, chop it. And this one, chop. Alright, just have two more. Then I have that to chop. Alright, sorry for the noises. I'm gonna try to mute it a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I didn't promise you much. So I have everything except my what's it called? This guy's over here, lentils. I'm gonna go and put it in the water. So I put the water to boil, and I want you to come over with me and see that I'm gonna add it into the water. Okay, so they can start cooking. And we come this way again, because we have to keep the chopping process. And I have my garlic. So this is the way I do garlic. If you find another way to do it, go ahead and do it. But I smash my garlic this way. Smash it, not very noisy, but I like it. This is the way I do my garlic. See? Now what I'm gonna do next is what I've been doing. I'm just gonna go chop. If you're not too good with chopping, grab this, because it's amazing how the things you can do when you chop your garlic. You can make your garlic butter, you can make everything. Like, I love garlic, and I have tons of garlic, always in my house. If I don't, well, my husband likes the powder. I'm not too into powdering things unless I make my own powder, which I don't, not yet, maybe someday. I'd rather do this. I like this. I mean, very quick, very convenient. Look, smooth. Alrighty, so I have everything here. So other people like to put the garlic in a pan with a little olive oil and add it at the last to the soup. I don't do that. I get a few cilantro, fresh cilantro here, and I'm just gonna go and chop it. But I don't put cilantro till the end, okay? This is something that I only garnish the soup at the end. So sometimes I use it inside the soup. This time let's do it at the end. Well, let's put some in the soup too. So why not? Alrighty. This is ready, as you can see. So then I'm going to leave my garlic right in this little place. I'm going to use it later. This other guy, we can put it in a Ziploc bag together, doesn't matter. And then we can use it for another recipe, another day. If you're into the green world environment, go ahead and use what's it called, a container. If you have it, if it's not, you can use this. My husband loves this bag, so I always have tons. But I reuse them. Alright, so this is good. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put everything right in the pot. Why? Because they're all gonna cook together and they all go for the same soup, so it's not different here. So let's all put everything in here. Alrighty, good. Okay, so as you can see, everything is here, even a little of the cilantro. And I'm just gonna cover up this. I have it in a little, I'll say it's kind of like a medium high, but that will be good. Try to not cover it completely, because other than that, it's going to overflow, and you don't want that to happen. So I usually leave it like this, kind of little space open, and it's going to boil, and I just let it be there boiling. Let's see, when I start boiling, we start adding the spices. So right now it's not even boiling yet, so I will not add the spices. So I wanted to rectify that the organic True Roots brand, the one I told you I used the quinoa this time, and also the lentils, it's not what I told you that it's from Colorado. It's actually from California. So just keep that in mind. But for the lentils, I love cumin, so I will always use cumin. And like I say, go and get your brands out there. Make sure it's organic. I mean, you don't want anything weird going into the food you're going to eat. So I always aim for organic products. So I'm going to put some paprika on this one, just because I have paprika. I use paprika usually in a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna put some paprika. And for those who love a little spice hint, I have chili powder, or chipotle chile. My husband will be this kind. He loves spicy, I gave my 2-year-old my food, so honestly I don't do much of spices. And then I'm gonna use some salt, iodized sea salt, because I have a hypothyroid condition and I try to use tons of iodized salt. Well, not tons, but like if I have to use salt, I use that one. And turmeric. Turmeric help you with your inflammation problems, and it's also really good, you know, so I really put some of this. Okay, so this thing started to boil, and it's a good time for us to put the spices on it. So let's go ahead and put salt first. Because I'm doing the recipe thing, I'm not gonna do it this way because I usually do it like that. I kind of feel confident that I have the power of putting salt in my stuff or whatever by my hand. Okay, so here we go, teaspoon. And we do one like that. If you're fine with that, just do one. I'm gonna do a little more. Okay, just tiny bit, not much. All right, I did that. Okay, cumin. Let's do it the same way. So I love cumin. If you're not a cumin person, don't do too much. You see, it's already splashed some, but just do 1 teaspoon. Just 1 teaspoon will be enough. And paprika, let's sprinkle. Let's just put some on there, like like that. And then black pepper. Yum yum yum. So I am into black pepper a lot, so I put some of you there. Okay, this is turmeric. So let's do turmeric. Let's do about 1 teaspoon, two. And that's about it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to make sure the spices are all blend together in the soup. Alright, look at that, yummy. And now, if you are a timing person, go ahead and time this up. I usually tell you I don't time things unless it's baking, but I just leave a little gap open, and I'm gonna time it up for 35 minutes. Okay, so while it's boiling right now, just past like 3 minutes since I covered up and set the timer for 30 minutes. We can add the quinoa now because you want the quinoa to cook really well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a measure cup, and I want to make sure that I do half of the measure cup. So quinoa is gonna need water, and the water that we have here is already being used by the lentils and the veggies. So I'll recommend the 16 ounces I put set aside. I'm just gonna use 1 cup, the 8 ounces. So the quinoa has water. There we go, 8 ounces left to cook. And here we go. We mix really well, so everything is incorporated. See? And we just cover again. Okay, so we still have 60 minutes left, and you can see how much the quinoa has been taking over the water. So at this point, I want to lower the what do you call this? I'm gonna lower the temperature, I guess, and I'm gonna add the other rest of 8 ounces of water. Why? Because now we're gonna go to simmer. So simmering this, and in that way you can totally cover the whole thing completely. And I lower to 4, maybe 2 will be good. It's totally ready. So let's close this guy. Can you see this? So basically everything is cooked, everything is ready. All the veggies I don't like to cook them until they're not there. I want to see them. I want to see what I'm eating. Some people may not like veggies and they prefer to blend it. I don't know. I do like it like this. And this is the end result. Isn't that great? Doesn't it look amazing and tasty? And as you can see, if you remember, I didn't put that much salt. I put 1.5 teaspoons on it, but feel free to put as much salt as you want to. I mean, I don't like eating too much salt, but the way it is for me is perfect, so you decide which one you want to be. Alrighty? I hope you like it, and subscribe so you can get more recipes. I will be sharing tons and tons of tips and good amazing food with you. Thank you.